Good evening and welcome. Today we're going to be discussing how to change your air filter in your home, in your home air conditioning system. It's a dirty job, however, it needs to get done and it will help keep your family healthier and your home cleaner, as well as keeping your air conditioning system more efficient and long lasting. First, you want to locate your old air filters. Be two or three places of where they could be or located. Air filters could be in a grate or in a return vent, such as this one here on the wall, or up in the attic next to in the furnace, or down in the basement. Okay, we're here in my basement. This is the furnace, and it has the blower, the condenser. Here beneath the blower and the furnace, where this tape section is, we would normally have the filter to the system, but I removed it and I taped it. The reason is because the filter usually collects moisture and therefore it also collects mold. So I removed it, I cleaned it out, and I taped it, sealed it, and I've decided to, instead of putting a filter here, I put it upstairs in the grate as you saw. Sometimes the condenser or the furnace could also be in the attic, depending on the design of your air conditioning system in your home. Every home is different depending on the structure and how it was installed. So make sure that you take note of what size filter it would be in your furnace if that's where you like to keep your filter. Don't put it in both locations because you put a lot of back pressure onto the system, which will cause your system to work or strain even harder. And eventually the expectancy of this system would soon degrade. Okay? And we're back upstairs on the main floor. Once you've located your old air filters, now it's to take accurate measures or take note of the size of the air filter. For example, this one here, this is a new air filter that I got at the hardware store. You can get it at any hardware store nearby, Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware. You want to make sure that your air filter matches or fits properly either in your furnace or in the return. So I've measured mine. Mine's a 14 by 20 by 1 inch. Depending on which homes or what systems you have, some air filters may be smaller or larger. So I have in this grate, I don't require any tools. I have two tabs that I can undo here, pop open. In some homes you may have a couple screws here. You just take a couple screwdrivers or maybe a socket set and unscrew or unbolt the hardware and lift the grate up just like this. Now I carefully remove the air filter, the old air filter. Be careful because it's dirty, dusty, and sometimes could be moldy depending if there's a lot of moisture in the air. And usually I'll just set it aside and I'll discard it. I'll now install the new air filter. New air filter has an airflow direction, so if my air is going into the grate, I want to make sure my air is pointing inward as well. It's going to be a little snug fit, so just might have to wiggle it in there or so. Nice and flush. Don't push too far back, just enough where the lip and the air filter meets and is even and is, of course, is flush. Okay, close the tab like so. In reverse order. Okay, once your air filter is completely installed, you can go back and turn on the air conditioning system to your desired setting. In my house, we like to keep it at 75 degrees. It's a little warm, but it keeps the power, or I should say the electrical bill down. Well, once that's all complete, your next scheduled replacement for your air filter, depending on the manufacturer's instructions, for example, Filtrete suggest to replace this every 90 days. So 9 days from today, I'll come back here and replace this air filter with a new air filter. And that concludes on replacing your home air filter for your air conditioning system.